Like I just talked about, he had 28 passes. About 11 of those dropbacks, I think, were just shot plays right there. So that's like 18 legitimate chances.
Yeah.
Throws for like 100-something yards in yesterday's game. Okay. I don't think it's anything crazy. Like, it's not mind-numbing. Like, oh, this is so bad. Probably had like 17, 18 legitimate drop-back opportunities to pass. 100 yards. Yeah, is it a little conservative? But also at the same time, that's how we're running things here.
Yeah.
Tomlin is just loving the strategy of don't turn the ball over. Play good defense.
Play defense and we in it.
Be 10-10, be down 13-10, whatever it is, fourth quarter, we're going to win.
Keep it one
And it's worked. Like, I can't even blame it, especially, too, with us going up against the Browns on the road, Browns with a good defense. Like,
it worked.
I understood the flow of the game all the way through. It's just we didn't put the pedal to the metal on those last couple of drives. And that's the thing that really frustrates me. That was a win to be had.
We did everything right
by the
except
Steelers
the finish.
Tomlin formula in 2023.
Everything right except the finish. 100%, bro. It was there in terms of the 2023 version of the Pittsburgh Steelers, heart attack included. We had everything that we were looking for right in that situation. But this is also a learning experience. When we talk about this offense, we know progression is not always going to be linear. And we've talked about that also. It's like, they might take one step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You can make a case that, man, they had took since the bye week.
Yeah, a couple steps forward.
Multiple weeks they've taken steps forward.
This was a step back.
And that's fine. It's not the end of the world, man. It is not the end of the world. Now, don't make it 2 steps, though, right? It's like, all right, man, we fell down. Bro, brush yourself off. Let's get back up. Let's get this one this week because it's a great opportunity, man.
Now, I was saying this earlier, the whole, like, we're not asking Kenny to do anything, like, crazy. We're not putting him at, like, in, like, harm's way or exposure. And this is another reason why this is exactly how Tomlin dialed up this game. Because you could notice as the game went on for some of these dropbacks, as I said, Kenny would be under duress, like, immediately from Myles Garrett. So if we did ask Kenny to drop back 40, 45 times, dude might have been out of the game by the third quarter getting hit. Because Dan Moore, I mean, this wasn't a good Dan Moore game. I just put it lightly. But even some of the interior as well, they took a step back.
But think about it.
So I think Tomlin was trying to limit the exposure to Kenny Pickett throughout the game.
You're playing against a front that when healthy is viewed like our front when healthy. We got a TJ, they got a Myles Garrett, right? We got a Alex Highsmith, they got a Zadarius Smith. Their big bodies in the interior aren't necessarily pass rushers, even though both of their interior D linemen, Dalvin Tomlinson and man, I'm drawing a blank on my other big dude. But both of them dudes coming into the game, I think one had 3 sacks, the other had 2.5 sacks. But they were definitely more of the run-stopping variety, 300, 330-plus dudes. So it's like, man, they're built to be bullies in the trenches. The same way we bully people in the trenches. It's just that, like I said, I think a lot of us changed how we viewed them when it was Deshaun Watson not being out there anymore. But that never changed that defensive front. It never changed the fact that we talk about TJ Watt as an alien, right?
There were games they were playing better with PJ Walker than they were with Deshaun Watson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we know what that defense is capable of. We know what that team, they're 7-3 for a reason. It's like, they got their method as well.
It's still hard to accept, to be honest.
It's because the Browns. That's the big reason. But if you think about it, their method is not too far off of ours.
No.
They're going to play defense, run the ball, and try to minimize turnover, bro. That is literally it. They're sitting here at 7-3, and you look at both of them situations, you're like, yep. We messed the drive up at the end. Y'all made the drive. We caught the pick. We had an opportunity. So, we did. This was still a game. That's the frustrating part, because it was when we definitely should have won.
Yeah.
That's the frustrating part.
Back to what I was saying about Pickett, though, and Tomlin not asking, just Tomlin and, whether it's a combination of Tomlin, Canada, or if it's all Tomlin, whatever it is. Game planning going into each of these weeks and not asking Kenny to do anything crazy. Mm-hmm. It's fine for this year. To me, it's fine because I think we legitimately can win games that way.
Yeah.
I think why people are frustrated a little bit, though, it's tough to make the determination, is Kenny the guy or not based off that.
Correct, is he the long-term guy? Yeah.
It's whatever. I mean, to me, though, if we are winning games, I think you just see that process play out, right? That it should play out before your very eyes.
Because to me, I think I understand exactly what you're saying, and in terms of that evaluation, it is a little bit different. And I think this is why you got to almost guard yourself against the narrative thought process, right? Because if you're trying to make it they're not giving him a lot because they don't think he's good enough to be that. Well, maybe if we drafted somebody that is better, then they would give him those opportunities. that's that narrative stuff, right? That's thinking one way. But then the other side is like, yo, what gives this specific team right now the best chance to win? This is the approach. Because we do got to lean heavy on our defense. And we know the more they're out there, man, they're going to get tired eventually. That's not the best situation. We understand that with young quarterbacks, they turn the ball over. Heck, vet quarterbacks turn the ball over. We know that. So it's like, man, what can we do that is going to be sustainable and is going to help us be successful? And our approach right now is run the ball, minimize the exposure for Kenny, and let's ride on this defense. It's not sexy. And like we said, with this
it
approach,
hasn't done us wrong up to this point, at least since the bye.
And you know the thing that's funny is this, man. I'm like, I talk about our margin for error being small because of that dynamic, right? Not trying to score a ton of points. We're trying to focus more on our defense. But the flip side is for the teams that try to outscore you, it's the same concept. I watch Buffalo week in and week out at times try to outscore teams. And if it works, we're like, yo, we love it, man. We done scored 30 again. But when you sit here and you 3 turnovers and you're like, bro, we can't do anything right now because we're just reckless with this rock. That's not cool. That's not what you want. And that's the part where you're like, it's not sustainable. And that's why for me, when I'm looking at us here, I'm like, bro, yes, it's not what is deemed sexy in today's NFL, but winning is winning. And that has been the one constant and the one sustainable factor. So, like I said, man, you don't blow it all up because of
I think
can't blow it up because
I still think we're close. We just got to open it up a little bit more and really take advantage of opportunity. Like,
yes,
when you smell the blood, like, go for the kill. Like, that's what it is.
Times when we got it, and we got to execute it. Yeah,
and like, because we could keep playing this way, but still win by double digits. It's all in picking your spots, like in the second half.
I would agree. And we just missed some opportunities yesterday, man.
But hopefully, you know what I'm saying, though? I hope yesterday was a wake-up call to even do it a little bit more, though. Because we could have finished it out those last 5 minutes. But it's like, why can't we finish one out, like, late in the third quarter?
I would agree.
Almost like the Raiders game. We could have easily closed that out. We started playing a little conservative, or the Packers game. You know, we get up with all those nice offensive series, 3 for 3, get 17. Why can't we try to get like another touchdown or two, third quarter, go up double digits? Because we're close. We're really close. I do think we just need a little bit shift of a mentality.
No.
It's there. Like 80-90% of it's there. But let's go for the kill shot. Open it up a little bit more. Now, that could be a Kenny thing. Maybe he needs to let it loose. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think we're that far off. Like this morning, that's what I thought. I thought of the Bill Cowher quote, actually. Remember from the podcast when he said, you're not as bad as they say you are, but you're not as good as you think you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not as bad as everyone's saying right now. Kenny's not as bad as everyone's saying.
A lot of times
Canada might be.
Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. You know, the top-rated sportsbooking app in North America. Safe, secure, and more importantly, it is reliable. I mean, you know, we use it. We are users of the app. But whenever we're talking about, you know, anything on this channel, we typically have promo codes or something for the consumer, which is you guys. All right. So if it's your first time using the DraftKings Sportsbook app and you download that thing, okay, well, it's time to put that first initial bet in. Minimum of $5. But if you do that and place the promo code MOATS, when you do that, you will receive up to $200 in free bets. I mean, it's a dope concept, man. It's one of the things that, you know, I definitely like for myself. But at the same time, I can understand that not everybody is capable of living that DraftKings Sportsbook life. Some people may have it or may know somebody that has a gambling problem, might be in need of crisis counseling or even referral services. And for certain people that live in New York, it's a number you could text or call. But for everybody else, the number to dial is 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER.